Hi, everybody, and happy Friday. Today in South Africa, it's really cold. I have to be honest, it's really cold. I think the temperature is below 10 degree and it's really cold. But I'm just capturing this video because I want to talk to people who like to sit down and not take action. Action is the word that will change your life. If you don't take action, nothing will change. We've been talking about stories, we've been talking about identity, and actions are actually a proof that you have changed your identity. Becoming a person who take action allow you to achieve your goal by the 31st of December 2025. Action is also a reflection of your faith. Some of you are Christian. Some of you believe in God. So God expects you to take action. If you don't take action, nothing will happen to you this year. The Word of God says, faith without works. What is works? It's action. I am right now here. I'm meeting a client because it's one of my coaching clients. He's a business entrepreneur. And on this call, I decided to drive all the way to his office. So one of the things that you have to remember, action is one thing that you have to embed in your way of living and the way of behaving. Without action, nothing will happen. So why people get stuck? Why people don't take action? Because they have a weak identity. The identity that they have of themselves is that I'm a loser. I'm not good enough. I cannot do this. And therefore, they never take action. Because identity defines how you feel about yourself. How you feel about yourself determines how you behave. And how you behave determines the result that you get. So that's why I really stress today that you look at your identity. Identity, we spoke about it. There are a couple of videos that I've recorded about identity. And I think some of you can just go and watch back what I've recorded. I've been talking about identity. Identity is how you see yourself, what you think of yourself. How do you define yourself in light of whatever people think of you? Sometimes people define their identity based on what they possess. Sometimes people define their identity based on what they know. Sometimes people define their identity based on the people that they know. And sometimes people define their identity based on where they grew up. So whatever place, whatever people you know, whatever you own, doesn't matter. It doesn't define who you are. Who you are is what the Word of God, because I'm a Christian, I always like to hammer on this point. What does God say about you? God says you are His masterpiece. And a masterpiece is something that is perfect, something that was done with a good intention, because we are God's image and likeness. And therefore, we are worth. We have everything that we need to be winner. We have everything to be overcomer. We have everything to be champion. We have everything to be the next shot in this country, in the world. So what are you waiting for? I really encourage you to remember your identity. Since you are God's image and likeness, you are the highest form of creator that God has made on this earth. Therefore, you can take the action that are required for you to achieve your goal. So how do we go about taking action? Allow yourself every day to do one thing that will get you closer to your goal. I have said that many times. Every day you need to have 3 income activities that you should be focusing on. What are the 3 activities that will get you closer to your goal? Every day try to perform 3 of them. Every day give yourself a command that I am going to do those 3 activities. No matter what, it must be done. Because then you create the momentum. As you keep doing that, you Now identify yourself as a person who keep his word. If you keep your word, it means you start trusting yourself. If you trust yourself, that inner feeling of feeling good enough will move you to take more actions. And that's how we become more confident about ourselves, because we don't depend on whatever people think about us. We know that if I say something, I am going to follow through. I am going to take the action for that thing to happen. Go back to the word that I started off. Actions is the motto. Nothing will happen without you taking action. Today, I want you to really embed that in your mind. We've done 6 months now. From January to June, we are almost half of the year. We have 6 months. In the next 6 months, you can catapult, you can tremendously improve your result. But there is one thing that will stop you: if you don't take action, you don't execute. Because whatever action you take will determine the result that you're going to get. And those actions must be focused on those 3 income activities that will move the needle, that will get you closer to your goal. So thank you so much. Today is a Friday, and I hope that these few nuggets that I'm sharing will help you to be a better you. Because I believe in you. I believe that you have what it takes. I believe that you are fully equipped to be the next shot, to be the champion, to be able to achieve your goal by 31st of December 2025. Thank you, and have an amazing weekend ahead.